In the winter of 1983, the entire population of Black Hollow, a remote Appalachian mining town, disappeared overnight. No signs of struggle, no bodies, just empty homes with cold meals still on tables and radios humming static. The only clue was a series of strange symbols carved into the trees surrounding the town, their meaning lost to time. The government declared it a mass hysteria event, sealed the records, and erased Black Hollow from the maps. But some say the town never truly vanished, it simply moved. Ethan Cole never knew his grandfather. The old man had died long before Ethan was born, leaving behind only a rusted pocket watch and a reputation for madness. So when a water-stained letter arrived in the mail, postmarked from a town that didn't exist, Ethan assumed it was a sick joke. If you're reading this, I'm already dead. But Black Hollow is still here, and it's hungry. Don't come looking. Burn this letter. Asterisk. The handwriting was unmistakably his grandfather's. Against his better judgment, Ethan dug through old archives and found a single faded photograph of Black Hollow, a cluster of wooden houses nestled in a valley, their windows black and empty. And in the background, barely visible, stood a figure too tall, too thin, its limbs bent at impossible angles. The GPS died 20 miles from the coordinates. Ethan's phone lost signal, and the radio spat out garbled whispers in a language that didn't sound human. The trees grew thicker, their bark etched with the same symbols from the old reports. Then he saw it, a crooked sign, half buried in weeds. The town was frozen in time. Dusty cars from the 80s lined the streets, their gas tanks full. Porch swings swayed in a wind that didn't exist. And yet, something was off. The houses were too close together, their angles slightly wrong, as if the whole town had been rebuilt by someone who'd only heard descriptions of a town. Ethan found his grandfather's journal in the abandoned sheriff's office. The last entry was a frantic scrawl. They look like us, but they're wrong. They don't blink. They don't breathe. They stand in the dark and watch. If you see them, don't let them know you see them. Asterisk. That night, Ethan saw them. Figures lurked at the edges of the trees, their silhouettes stretched too long. They didn't move, they flickered, like a film reel skipping frames. And their faces, smooth, featureless, save for mouths that stretched too wide when they smiled. The journal mentioned a mine on the outskirts of town, the heart of Black Hollow's curse. Ethan descended into the darkness, his flashlight cutting through the thick, greasy air. At the bottom, he found them. Dozens of people, or what used to be people, stood in perfect rows, their skin gray and taut, their eyes hollow. They didn't move. They didn't speak. They just waited. And in the center of the chamber stood a figure unlike the others. Taller. Hungrier. Its mouth unhinged like a snake's, revealing rows of needle-thin teeth. "You shouldn't be here," asterisk it whispered in a voice that wasn't a voice, just the idea of one, slithering into Ethan's mind. Ethan ran. The town twisted around him, streets folding in on themselves, houses tilting like grinning teeth. The Hollow Ones pursued, their steps silent, their bodies moving all wrong. He barely made it to his car. As he sped away, the rearview mirror showed Black Hollow collapsing in on itself, the houses crumbling like sand. But just before the town vanished, he saw them, rows of Hollow Ones, standing at the tree line, watching him leave. And smiling. A year later, Ethan wakes to the sound of something sliding under his door. A single water-stained envelope. The handwriting is his own. "They let me go because they knew I'd bring others. Don't come looking. Burn this letter. Asterisk." But it's too late. Outside his window, the trees whisper. And something tall, something wrong, stands just beyond the light.